Hey guys, it's Alicia here, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be on the twins that I just had. Yeah, I'm a mom of 3 now, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so like I said, today's video is going to focus on the twins that I just had. Their names are Sini and Sabrae. I had them February 14th, 2022. I do have Valentine's Day babies now. So yeah, this pregnancy slash birth, it was a headache in itself. So, not every woman has a good pregnancy. I understand that there are so many women out there who want to have kids and things like that. I'm not saying I don't want to have kids, but this pregnancy, like, it has me to the point where I don't even want to have it anymore. Like, I'm good for right now. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant a month before my daughter turned 1. As you all know, I have a daughter that's 1. Her name is Sini. I was happy about being pregnant, but also, like, we were shooting for 1, like literally shooting for 1, not 2. But twins do run in my family, so it was a possibility that I could have twins. But you know, I thought since I was just a singleton, I was good. But a lot of people keep saying that I've spoken into existence. No, it's in my family. I understand that sometimes, you know, it don't work that way, but like, it's a possibility. You know, like, yeah. I came from a twin, so it was a very high possibility that I could have twins. So, found out I was pregnant with twins at 5 weeks because I had to go to the hospital. I am one of the women who bleeds during their first trimester. I am one of, I can't remember how many it is, but like, I am that one. I bled in the first trimester with my daughter as well. And I bled this time too. And that's just something that I do. Found out that it was 2 sacs in there at 5 weeks. So, yay. And it was confirmed when I went to the doctor that I was pregnant with twins. They had heartbeats. Everything was fine. It did send me to a high-risk doctor. I had a high-risk doctor with my daughter as well. But because of my weight, plus size, sometimes more than likely you're going to get sent to a high-risk doctor if you're plus size, because you are at a greater risk of something happening if you are plus size. Or at least that's what I was told. So this time as well, because of my weight, and then also because of the fact that I was having twins, they sent me to a high-risk doctor. And they sent me to a high-risk doctor also because of the type of twins I was having. I had Mold-Dye twins, which is 1 placenta, 2 sacs. So I had the second most high-risk pregnancy for twins. So after finding out all that stuff, you know, I was cool going to the high-risk doctor. They said because of the type of twins I was having, I had to be seen every 2 weeks. That was not fun. I hated going to the doctor every 2 weeks because it was just so draining to go to the doctor every 2 weeks just for them to check on them. But I understand why they had to do it. And I think it's because I was also used to, like, my daughter, like, I had to go every 4 weeks with her. And, you know, I was cool with every 4 weeks. But every 2 weeks, good God almighty. But, okay, whatever. That part wasn't that bad. I got to see them. Fast forward to January of this year. I found out that my cervix was thinning out at my 20-week appointment. My anatomy scan. They checked my cervix to make sure everything was good. They saw that my cervix was thinning out. They said something about they would like for it to measure a 2.5. I was at like a 2. So they said I could either do progesterone for a week and then come back, and then hopefully it would, you know, it had helped and I could just continue doing the progesterone until I had them. Or they offered a cerclage. They did tell me that cerclages are not always done for multiples. They see, you know, it's not really effective, but it is an option that I could take. So I did take the option after I did the progesterone for a week. When I went back after the week I did on the progesterone, they did see that my cervix was still thinning out a little bit. It only thinned out a little bit more. Since it had thinned out some more, they did offer me the cerclage, or I could just try to, you know, keep doing the progesterone. I chose to do the cerclage. That was the most invasive surgery I have ever had in my life. For one, I was awake. Two, they had my coochie up in the air. So that was a little weird, but it is what it is. So I got the surgery done. It was an outpatient surgery. I went in there for a few hours, came out. I was fine. I just couldn't do too much, and I couldn't hold my daughter at that. So I couldn't hold my, like, I couldn't pick my child up for like a good 2 or 3 weeks. So that kind of hurt a lot because I love my baby and I don't like not picking her up. Of course, I could do stuff like when I was sitting down, but like I you know, picking her up and kissing. Like, who don't want to pick up that baby and kiss him? Like, you know what I'm saying? As I got my cerclage done, I went back a week later. They told me that my stitch was holding, so I was good to go. Okay, cool. Fast forward a few weeks later, I am asleep at home, you know, about to go to work, and fast forward to a few weeks later, I was in bed. It's like 4 something in the morning, and I get this sensation like I'm peeing on myself. I've had this happen before. You think you using the bathroom in a dream, you really peeing, stuff like that. So, or you know, and then I was pregnant with twins, and like they were literally on my bladder. Like baby A, Sydney, she was literally like kicking me in my cervix. So I thought I just had to go pee because I had drunk a lot of water before I went to bed. So got up, went to the bathroom. I heard a didn't think nothing of it. It's 4 in the morning. I'm tired. I gotta go to work in like 2 hours. So like I'm trying to get this over with and go back to bed. I cleaned myself up, went back to bed. Didn't think nothing of it. I went to the doctor. Okay. Nothing, you know, nothing serious. I knew something was going on like throughout the whole day because I did go, like I said, I did go to work. I knew something was going on, but like I didn't think it was anything like major. I just thought that my bladder wasn't able to hold itself anymore. So I'm just going through the day and like I'm having like little spurts of pee. I think I'm peeing on myself still. I forgot to mention that like after I went back to bed, like the pee continued, like, and I thought I was just like excessively peeing on myself, and that wasn't true. I was literally like in labor, well, semi-labor. Went to my doctor's appointment. My boyfriend came with me. Found out that baby A's membrane had broken, and I had to be admitted to the hospital until I had them. And that was, I didn't like that because I didn't want to be stuck in the hospital for the next like 2-3 months. And you know, they put me in the hospital. I was monitored for like 24 hours because they wanted to make sure that the babies weren't coming. And then also I didn't get an infection. I got magnesium in the IV for their brain development, and I got 2 things of steroids for their lungs. 24 hours apart. They monitored me for 24 hours. Everything was fine. It was no sign the baby's coming. They moved me to the antepartum unit to stay there until I had the babies. Well, one night I was it was in the morning. It's like maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was watching TV, laying there in the hospital bed, but like I kept feeling contractions. Now that I know what I know now, I know they were contractions. I was contracting because they felt exactly how I felt when I was pregnant with my daughter, so I knew something was going on. But I was trying to have hope. My family was on the phone, my boyfriend, you know, trying to assure me that everything was okay. I was contracting. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I felt something like in my uterus. Like I felt something in my vagina. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is it? You know, and I'm like, okay, I didn't think nothing of it, so I just went back to bed. And I went and got back in the bed, and I continued to watch TV and stuff like that. And I kept having to go to the bathroom, like back and forth. Same thing happened with my daughter. Every time I thought I was good to not have to go to the bathroom, I had to go to the bathroom because I was in labor. And every time I felt like I had to pee, it was pressure on my uterus. I'm thinking, like I said, I'm just thinking I gotta go to the bathroom. No. I went to the bathroom probably like 2 or 3 times. And y'all probably thinking like, Alicia, like you felt something in your vagina. Why you didn't say nothing? Honestly, I ain't know what the fuck going on. Like, I've been pregnant before, but it's like, this was a new pregnancy. This is all new to me. Like, all the stuff that I had to go through for this pregnancy. So I was like, bruh, what the, like, okay. The third time I went to the bathroom, I stuck my finger up my cootie cat. Should have did it, because even like the doctor, the nurse, everybody asked like, why did you put your finger in there? I feel something in my vagina. Like it kind of dawned on me like, you should probably see what that is, or get somebody to see what that is. So I stuck my finger up there and I felt something hard, and I'm like, okay. So I called my nurse in. You know, she asking why I put my finger up there. Ma'am, I need you to see what the hell going on down there. I don't need you to ask questions. I understand I'm at risk for infection, bruh. Right now, I need you to see what the fuck going on down there. I don't need you talking about what I shouldn't have did. Just do it. The doctor came in. He said the same shit. If y'all don't see what the fuck going on down here, bruh, what the fuck? Like, so, fast forward, the doctor put the spectacle in there. Lo and behold, they called a cold stork. And from what they said, cause I asked them, like, they were rushing so much, like I'm asking what's going on, and they not really saying it. So like, I think they said it's baby in distress or mom in distress, one of them. Well, y'all wanna know what happened? Y'all wanna know what happened? My baby put her foot through my coochie cat. Okay, my baby put her foot through my coochie cat. Okay, so yeah. That's why. That's what was in my vagina. Her foot, Sydney's foot, was in my vagina, and they had to put me under. I had to have an emergency C-section, and they had to put me to sleep for it. That was traumatic in itself, because going like that medicine going through my arm, was going through my hand, because they had the IV in my hand. The IV. The medicine they put in my hand to help me go to sleep burned like a motherfucker. Okay. And, yeah, that was the most traumatic part. And then also, like, everybody and their mama came out of the woodworks when they called it cold stork. Like, it was so many people that came to help and was in that, in the operating room. I was like, where the fuck did y'all come from? It's like 3-something in the morning. Where y'all came from? So, woke up, everything was fine. They both were in the NICU. And that was it, really. That's what these are. These are the bands so I can go see my kids in the NICU, because they are still in the NICU. They're going to be in the NICU for probably another 2 months, because they were born at 24 weeks. My birth story, I made fun of like my birth story and everything like that, but it was really traumatic for me, because like I felt like my body had failed me. Like, I was supposed to keep these kids in for like at least another good couple weeks, and y'all decided to come early. Things happen. I'm glad that they are okay, but like, bruh, like, y'all could have stayed in, but it's cool. They just wanted to come out early. They wanted to be Valentine's Day babies, and that's okay. But yeah, this pregnancy and this birth was traumatic, and I just don't see myself having any more kids right now. There were some other things that happened during my pregnancy. You know, like, it was just a lot going on. And I have 3 under 2. So yeah, the only thing that's making it a little bit easier is the fact that my twins are still in the NICU, and you know, it's going to be a process when they finally come home, but it's okay, because we're getting ready for it. But yeah, this is it for me for right now. I need time to recuperate, because I don't know if I can do it again, because this has scared me. Like I'm scared to have any more kids because of the fact of what just happened. Like, being a NICU mom, being a mom in general is a lot of work, but being a NICU mom and having to see your babies with all those wires, and having to hear that they're, you know, get a report to make sure they're okay, not being able to bring them home when you leave. I cried like a fucking baby when they said I had to go home. But like I said, this doesn't happen to everyone who has had twins. This is just something that I wanted to tell you all, so that way if you are pregnant with twins, that you know, and this is not me to scare you, because things can happen. They let us know in the hospital that, you know, it was a possibility that they could be born, and we would be able to hold them until they died if something happened, or if they couldn't get the breathing tube down their throats, that, you know, that is a possibility. It's a lot to hear. It's a lot to endure. So like I said, I just don't see myself getting pregnant anytime soon. So yeah. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright guys, so that is my traumatic birth story / pregnancy. Like I said, this isn't for me to scare y'all. I really don't want you all to get in the headspace that like this might happen to you. I'm just letting you know what happened to me. Yeah. Alright guys, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.